Hey, good afternoon and welcome to this. This is our final live lesson of the half term. The half term has just arrived and we have got a fun live lesson for you this afternoon because it is Welsh Language Music Day, of course. A fun day where we get to learn about our favourite songs in the Welsh language. Now then, let me know which schools are joining me this morning. Let me know which schools are joining me this afternoon. Put your comments in the chat and we will get your names up on screen and we'll give you a whoop whoop. And even let us know which songs you've been listening to today. Have you been listening to any Welsh language songs today? Let us know in the chat, teachers, and we will get them up on screen. Teachers, you can post in the chat either on YouTube or on the StreamYard link that you've also had on Dom's email this morning. Well, as I said, welcome in. I hope you're sitting comfortably and that you've logged into Adobe Express and you are ready to get started. Now, we do have an activity page for you today. And the activity page link is scrolling along the bottom of the screen there. adobe.ly/WLMD26. W, Welsh Language Music Day 26. WLMD26. Okay, so we will need that because we've got some templates. Now, one of the many fun things about Welsh Language Music Day is that every year, the people that organise it come up with a whole new kind of branding and they come up with some really cool artwork. So this year they've come up with a frame for you to create a social media advert for your favourite song. And also they've come up with some really cool animated characters. So we're going to be using the official Welsh Language Music Day graphics to create our activities today. So we will be using the templates that I've got linked in that page that's scrolling at the bottom. So it's super handy if you get to that page open on another tab. We've got our first whoop whoop in. I can't find my mouse to click on it. Here we go. First whoop is in. Hi everyone, this is Ysgol yr Esgob. Dosbarth Celyn. Diolch yn fawr, Dosbarth Celyn. Thank you very much. The first whoop whoop, the first shout out of the afternoon, and thanks for being quick on the trigger there to get your comment in. Do remember, if you're posting anything to social media that you've taken part today, then it'd be great if you tag us in. Dom there, even though he's not with me today, tag Dom in, tag me, I'm there at MareditJ. And then if you want to use our hashtag, this is our Adobe hashtag, Adobe Edu Creative. No problem. Whoop whoops are available all day, every day. No problems at all. Right? Okay. So let's go and take a look at the activity page for today. Now, here it is. Now, you can get to the activity page, as I said, by opening another tab on your browser. So if you're on a Chromebook or a laptop or a PC or whatever, just open another tab like this, okay? And in that new tab, you are going to just type in adobe.ly/WLMD Welsh Language Music Day 26, okay? Or, of course, if you've got a device that can scan a QR code, then you can scan this code that's on the screen now and it'll bring you straight to this activity page. Now, whilst I'm giving you a minute to do that, just a reminder, teachers, that you are welcome to pause the live stream if you feel that you need to. I am going to be going back and forth between the browser, so the computer, and the iPad, because some of the schools join an iPad and things are slightly different on the iPad. So that's going to give everyone some extra time. I'm kind of going to do everything twice, okay? So you'll get time to see me do it twice, give you time to mess around and experiment with things whilst I go and do the same skills on the iPad. But teachers, if you still think that the pace is a little bit fast, then do feel free to pause the live stream and resume playing when it suits you. Also, as I said, there are two activities this afternoon. Some schools will just come along for the first one and then drop off, catch up with the second one at another time, maybe, because the link to this live session will also bring you back to the recording anytime you want to watch this in the future. So do with it as you please. It's here to help you, teachers. Now then, we've got, I think we started something off with whoop whoops. We have got Coity Primary. Yeah, Coity Primary, Year 5. Whoop whoop from Year 5. Thank you, Coity Primary. And also we got Miss Core from Ysgol Pen y Cai. Whoop whoop from Ysgol Pen-y-Gai. I think whoop whoop is going to be a thing, right? Whoop whoop to you all. Thanks so much. Thank you. It's. Do you know what? It's good to know that I'm not just here on my own. It is nice to get some comments in. Otherwise, sometimes I feel as if I'm just shouting at the computer here at home. Right. Okay. Keep your comments coming in, but we are going to scroll down and take a look at what we're doing first today. So let's scroll down, and here we go. Activity 1. We are going to advertise your favourite Welsh language song. Now, maybe you don't have a favourite Welsh language song. Maybe you can't think of very many. Okay, so I can help you out with that. Don't worry. You could just copy mine as well. I'm going to do 2 different Welsh language songs. One on the computer, one on the browser, one on the iPad. But I'm sure maybe you know of some. Maybe we all know songs like Dafydd Iwan's Mau Hi, don't we? So there's a template, okay? Because this is the kind of the social media frame that they've come up with this year. And isn't this cool? I love this. This takes me back. I'm an 80s kid. And this really reminds me of cartoons in the 90s. So I'm very at home with this artistic style. Now, for you folks using a browser, so Chromebook, laptops, Macs, PCs, then we can use the template. If you're on the iPad, templates don't work on an iPad, unfortunately. So I'll be showing you how to copy this frame over. Okay, so if you're on an iPad, just hang on in there and I will get round to show you how we're going to open it up in a second. Right. For everyone else, everyone that's on a laptop, Chromebook, Mac, PC, whatever, click on the button that says open the template. Okay, and it's going to open the template. Okay, funny that, right? And then you'll see in the top right-hand corner a blue button that says Remix, Remix. So let's give that a click. And it is going to open it up straight away in Adobe Express, ready for you to work on. Okay, so that is really easy. And let's just rename it as WLMD 2026. Okay, there. Now, hang on in there now whilst I go over to the iPad and help the iPad folks to get to this point as well. Okay, let's just switch over my screen to the iPad. And everybody else, if you're ready, start thinking about your favourite songs, okay? Ooh, I forgot to mention that. Hang on, let me just go back. I forgot to mention this. If you can't think of any favourite songs, you do have on the activity page this playlist, okay? So you could click on that. It'll open it in another tab for you here. You don't need to play them, but you could scroll through and there are some names here of some famous Welsh language songs, some that I've never heard of because they're newer. So you could scroll through and see if there's anything there that you think sounds interesting. Shampoo is an interesting one. That's shampoo means shampoo for washing your hair. So that would be a fun one to do. So you could scroll through some of them, even if you don't speak Welsh, bang bang. It's quite obvious what that means, isn't it? So you can scroll through and see if any of these sound interesting, or maybe are songs that you've heard of before. Kutch. Everybody loves a Kutch. Right. Okay. So whilst you're thinking of your songs, people on the computer, on the browser, I'm going to go to the iPad now, and we are going to get that template in. I tell you, before I do that, though, we've got a whoop whoop in here from none other than Mr. Darryl Cousins in Johnstown Primary. Well, how are you, my friend? Thank you, Mr. Cousins, for saying hello. Whoop, whoop, Johnstown Primary. I tell you what, Johnstown Primary, you are close enough to me. If I open the window and shout, you may even hear my whoop, whoop in real life. We won't try it. But I think maybe you could. Right. So, thank you, Mr. Cousins, for your message. Right, iPad, folks. All the people on the iPads are like, come on, man, get on with this. Right, on the iPad, I've got the activity page open here. So I'm just going to scroll down. So here's what we need to do on the iPad. I need to tap on this frame. So this green frame, this cool green frame. Just tap once on it and it'll bring it full screen. Cool. Okay. What I need to do now is to long press in the middle of that image. Okay, so there in the grey in the middle there, I'm just going to long press. Long press. There we go. And it'll pop up this menu. And I just need to copy it, okay? So I'm going to go to copy, and that's copied that frame. So we need to now get it onto Express. So I'm going to switch over to the Adobe Express app. Here it is. And I need a blank canvas for this frame. And the perfect size for this frame is the poster that we've got there, the pink card on your homepage that says poster, create a poster, give it a tap. It says playlist on, playlist of the week. Give it a tap. And this is actually the perfect size for this cool frame. So to paste it in, we're going to long press and paste. Paste. And there it is, okay? So you folks on the browser, you didn't need to do that because you can use the template. This is just for people on the iPad because templates don't work for iPads. It'd be nice if we could get that sorted out, I tell you. Right, so iPad folks are up to speed. I'm going to jump back over to my computer now, and let's move on to the first step. Right, now then. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start thinking about the name of the song, the name of the artist, so the name of the band, and then also we'll think about a font that reflects the mood and the vibe of the song. Okay, so one of my favourite Welsh language songs is Coffee D by a band called Gwibdaith Hen Fran. And it just means black coffee. And it's a song about a guy waking up in the morning and he's really tired. And the chorus of the song is just him singing, Coffee di, tir da coffee di vi. Coffee di, tir da coffee di vi. So he's just singing, bring me black coffee, black coffee, bring me black coffee. Because black coffee... maybe you've seen some adults around you having a black coffee sometimes. It'll wake you up in the morning when you're tired. Don't try it, kids. You don't need it. All right. Okay. So I'm going to start off with the name of the song. So I'm going to come over to the left-hand side and I'm going to click on T for text. T for text. And I'm going to go to add your text up at the top. Add your text. And I'm going to type in here the name of the song. So feel free to steal this one if you want. Okay, just join in. Use the same one as me. Coffee, spelled in Welsh, is C-O-F-F-I. Coffee. Then we put a space in. And then D, black, is capital D. And then a U. Coffee D. Okay, so... that looks cool. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to actually build all of our design on top of this frame. Okay, so we're actually going to hide it, and then right at the end, we'll bring the frame up to the top. Okay, to frame it all up and crown our amazing design. So, there's my title, Coffee D. Now then, that font is not working for me. So I want a kind of I'm a tired, messy kind of font. So let's go and see, is there anything in the recommended fonts that looks, that looks a bit tired, doesn't it? This one's Splash Regular. Now, if you quite like a font, what you can do is click on this little icon here. You see it's like a wavy equal sign, which means show me more fonts like this one. So I quite like this Splash Regular, but I'm not sure if it's definitely the one for me. It might be. So I'd like to see more like it. So I'm going to click on this wavy equal sign. And here we go. So there's Splash Regular. And you see I can scroll through and there are more options in here. Okay, I want a messy, tired person's handwriting. I think that Splash Regular so far is the best one. I do like that cabin sketch. That's cool as well. That is quite good. I don't think anything so far is beating that very first one. So I'll scroll back to the beginning. Oh, it's there anyway. Look, Splash Regular. I think that's good for a tired person that wants a black coffee to wake up. So there it is. Coffee deep. I'm going to make that nice and big. Maybe pop it kind of central-ish. Yeah, let's pop it like that, I think. Maybe bring it down a bit so that I've got space to kind of get some images up here. Right, and then I need to put the name of the band. So for the name of the band, I'm just going to duplicate this text box. Okay, so with the text box selected, I'm going to go to the 3 dots at the top and choose duplicate. And here we go, I got another one here, Coffee D, Coffee D, Coffee D. I'll bring the size down. Now I'm going to type in the name of the band. Okay, now, this is quite a long word here. Gwib, Gwib, Daith, Daith, Hen, Vran. I tell you what, if you're doing Coffee D, I'm going to pop the name of that band up on the screen for you in a nice, cleaner font, because that's going to be a bit tricky for you to read there. So give me just a second, and I'll get that up. Because I'm sure there are a few of you that maybe have decided, oh, I'm going to do Coffee D as well. So let's just get that up. I'll put it on my magnifying glass for search. Gwib, Daith, Hen, Vran. There you go. Okay, you can see there, that's in a nice clean font there, isn't it? Gwibdaith Hen Vran. So, Gwibdaith, if you're wondering what on earth that band's name means, I mean, I don't know what the story behind it is, but Hen Vran is an old crow, an old blackbird, an old crow. And Gwibdaith is a quick shuttle journey, like a quick journey. So it means an old crow's quick journey, which is a bizarre name for a band when you think about it. But there we go. Right, so if you need the name of the band that I'm using, it's up there. Coffee D by the band Gwibdaith Hen Vran. Coffee D, Coffee D. That's how he sings it. He sings it as if he's really tired. Right, so I've got my band name up. Right, I'm going to skip over to the iPad and let's get another song up. Okay, so I'm going to skip over to the iPad, get another song up. So take your time finding your fonts and typing everything up. No rush. Okay, over to the iPad. Okie dokie. Here's the iPad. And I'm going to go T for text on the left-hand side. Add your text up at the top. Now, I'll do Shampoo, I think. I'll do Shampoo. Shampoo is a super fun disco song. That's a lot of fun to listen to. So, and it is literally just a song about, go to the hairdressers and having your hair shampooed. So, Shampoo. There it is. Now then, I need to find a really kind of, it sounds like a proper old school disco tune, Shampoo. So it's very glamorous, very sparkly, very glitter, very mirror ball. It's that kind of vibe, okay? So I want to find a font that gives me that fun kind of disco feeling. So let's just see. Let's jump into the recommended fonts, first of all. And let's see if something jumps out at me. These all look too plain for me. These are too normal looking. I want a bit of a crazy disco font. So I'll back out to these and I'm just going to scroll down. Let me know in the comments what songs you've been listening to. What Welsh language songs you like listening to. Have you got an anthem that you like listening to? Something you've learned to sing, perhaps? Maybe for a school show? Or, what? Maybe it's your teacher's favourite Welsh language song? Let me know. Right. So I'm scrolling through and I'm really looking for a kind of... This one's good. I don't think I've noticed this one before. Kinzel. This is a very cool font. Yes. That does look a bit disco, doesn't it? I think so. I love the S. Shampoo. Yes, love it. Okay. Excuse me. And the name of the band is Bando. So, that's easy to spell. You spell it as you say it. So let's duplicate this text box. And let's just change the text to say Bando. There it is. Oh, this font is cool. Look at the B. The B is so cool. So I'm going to just play around with maybe, am I going to have the band name over there, over here, in the middle? I quite like having it right over there. And then maybe That looks cool. I love it. Right, okay. Let's move ahead because we need to start now building up this design. I'm going to go back to Coffee D on my computer. Leave shampoo on the iPad for a bit. Don't put shampoo on your iPad. Don't put black coffee on your Chromebook either. Right, okay. So when I'm thinking about this guy, thinking about his black coffee, I've got this picture of like an old Welsh kitchen with an old wooden table on it, and he's sitting there in a big woolly jumper, and he's tired and he's cold and he's drinking his black coffee. So I want to get that kind of feel to my design. So think about the feeling that the song gives you. What kind of place do you think of? And there's no right and wrong here, okay? You can do whatever you like with this. But try and think of what kind of place the song makes you think of. So I'm thinking of this wooden table. So let's go and find something that looks like the top of an old wooden table. So I'm going to go to Add Content and Media. Okay, I'm going to go to Media and I'm going to search in the Photos. Photos. And I'm going to search in here. Let's search. Oh, whoa, look! It already knows I'm doing something about coffee because it read me typing That is clever. Very clever. But anyway, I want an old wooden table right now. So I'm going to search in Photos for old wood. And then maybe I'll put the word texture in. That sometimes helps show that I want the kind of a full screen of wood rather than maybe just like seeing a lump of wood or something, you know? So old wood texture. That word's really handy. Texture. Old wood texture. And search. Right. What have we got? 1,800 different results. I think there'll be something in here. I think we're going to be okay, guys. I think 1,857 is going to give us enough options. That first one's brilliant. I like this one as well. Just scroll. Ooh, really like this one. These look a bit too much like floorboards to me. So I want one that looks like an old kitchen table. No, there's plenty. I've scrolled past about 10 that I could have used. I don't know why I'm scrolling past. Right, let's just pick one that I like. I do really like that first one, so I'm going to go with it. Right, click on that. Brilliant. Right. This needs to fill my whole page up. So maybe I'll just spin it around, okay, using the rotation handle here. And then I'll just, whoop-a-days, like this, nice and big. Doesn't matter, you don't need to get it exactly on the edge or anything like that. Just make it just ample big, okay, plenty big. There we go. Oh, it's even got like an old nail or something in there. That's very cool. Right, and now I need to get that behind my text. So let's grab it in the layer stack and drag it down so that it's behind my text. Okay, now that's very cool. Oh, we got some songs in from Coiti Calolan. What an absolute classic that is. Calolan and Llawn-daiori. I love it. And of course, the epic banger of the ages, which is A Mawhyd. What an anthem that is. Dear me, what a song that is. Right, so I've got my wooden table. I've got my cool text. I can't see the text very well anymore because the table is dark, the text is black. Now, I could start fiddling around with text color and that kind of thing, but actually, I think I'm going to use this as a way to bring in even more texture to my design. So I'm going to have it as if the song name, Coffee Tea, and the band name, Gwib Daeth Ein Frawd, have been written on some old scraps of paper, or maybe an old bit of tape, you know, something like that, something messy on the table. So let's go and search for some design assets. So on the left-hand side, I'm going to go to Add Content. And I'm not going to go to Media this time, I'm going to go to Elements. And under the Elements, I can click on Design Assets. And here, I can search for something like, what about torn paper? Oops, let's get an R on paper, shall we? Torn paper, all right. 858 different torn paper, we're going to be okay. Yeah, look at this. This is brilliant. Oh, I just went past it. This is great. This kind of scrap of paper. Love that. The one underneath it is very cool as well. Oh, loads of cool ones here. Lots of options. Oh, yes. Love it. Love it. So, I'm going to pick one of these. I think I liked this. I like the colour of this one. It's kind of a little bit kind of creamy colour. So I'm going to bring in that tone paper. Because it's a design asset, it's already been cut out for me, which is very cool, very handy indeed. I'm just going to bring it down and just make sure that I've kind of can hide my, just about hide all of the text. Yep, there we go. And then that's all I need to do is pop that behind the text in my layer stack. There we go. Then we can do some tweaking, a little bit of tweaking perhaps. Maybe I'm going to spin it around, actually. There's one edge is a bit straighter than the other one. Yeah, there we go. That fits better, I think. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. It looks awesome. Right. Take your time now finding something that works well, matches your theme, behind your text. I'm going to go over to the iPad and I'm going to find something disco crazy to go behind my shampoo text. Okay. Here we go. So, first of all, I need some kind of, I had my wooden table, didn't I? So I need something that makes me think of shampoo, but also maybe it's a bit disco. I tell you, let's look for maybe bubbles. Let's search for bubbles. Okay, so I'm going to media, photos, and I'm going to search for bubbles. Like foam, foamy bubbles. Maybe I'll try foam. Foam? Is it even suds? Suds? S-U-D-S? Suds? Yes, here we go. We got some kind of pinky suds here. That's cool. That is very cool. Yes. Yes. Right, so let's just spin that around. Let me just, bring up my brightness a bit. My iPad felt a bit dark there. Right, spin that around. That's cool. Looks like a very bubbly shampoo. There we go. Like that. And then I'm going to pop that behind my text. Now then, what am I going to have behind my text? What kind of texture can I have here? Something that makes me think of, disco music, maybe some maybe some glitter, something like that. So I'm going to go to elements on the left-hand side, design assets at the top, and then I'm going to search in here for something like glitter. Okay. No, I don't want a straight line of glitter, and I don't want it kind of covering over my whole page. I do want kind of a clump of it. This could work. This one could work. And what I'm going to do is maybe bring in a few of them that could work. That's the best one so far. This blue one could work. Let's bring that in. This kind of glittery card could work if the other ones aren't clear enough. Okay, so just bring in, a few options. You don't have to commit to the one you're going to use. You can try a few different ones. The pink glitter is cool, but I think it's going to get lost on the pink bubbles. So I'm going to avoid the pink glitter just because of that, really. That heart-shaped glitter is very cool, isn't it? Oh, yeah, this gold clump here is going to definitely work as well. Right, so you can see there, I've got basically 4 options. Blue glitter, some light gold glitter, a kind of really tidy stripe of it, and then a bit more of a messy splodge of it. So now you can just try them out. Let's just try this blue. Right, I'll pop that behind the text. That works better than I thought it was gonna. I thought it wasn't gonna do anything, but it is very subtle, but I do like it. So I'm gonna just pop that up to the top and think about it. Now then, let's bring the next one down. Let's try this one out. Okay, pop it behind my text in the layers. I mean, it definitely works. Is it too much? I think it's too much. I think it's too much. I'm going to throw it in the bin. Oh, that was harsh. Right, there we go. What about this kind of spray of gold glitter? I think this is more promising than that last one, I think. Let's pop it behind the text. Now that works really nicely. That's a cool design. So it's between that and the blue for me at the moment. And let's bring down this. I think this is going to be too much again. I think it's pretty safe to say that I'm not going to want this one. Let's pop it behind. It's just too strong, isn't it? I think. Yeah, it's too strong. No. Not for me. Right, so I'm down to this one, which is cool. Or this very subtle blue with some sparkly bits. I'm going to go with the blue and the sparkly bits, I think. Yes, I am. Right, brilliant. Okay, so that's like a quick way, and we'd call that auditioning those textures. We're just literally kind of trying them out on the design. Rather than just deciding on the left-hand side when you're scrolling through, bring a few in and audition them on your design. Okay, things are going well, guys. I'm having fun. I'm having lots of fun. Right, let's jump back over to the browser, to my computer, and let's move ahead. I tell you who's here, guys. It's Pen ar Lag. It's year 5 with Mrs. Hamilton. Thank you very much for your message, Mrs. Hamilton, and welcome to year 5 from Ysgol Pen ar Lag. It's great to have you here. Let us know what your favourite Welsh language songs are. What you've been bopping out to today in school. Right, okay, we're back on the black coffee, on the coffee D. So now, we've got the main stuff here. That's all we need to do now is a bit of window dressing. Okay, a bit of suggestions of what the song is about. So, obviously the song is about drinking black coffee. So let's go and find... Where's my mouse pointer gone? Where is it? Where's it gone? Well, I tell you what, right? It's all fun and games having 3 screens in front of you to do these live lessons, but there it is. At some point, you lose your mouse pointer and you can't find it. There it is. I've got it. Okay, add content. Media again, okay? Add content, media. Right, so I'm going to search for black coffee. Black coffee. Coffee. Right, so again, like I did earlier, I'm going to audition some of these, okay? I'm going to audition you. And I'm also going to audition... What else is going to have a little go here? Ooh, some croissants there as well. Ooh, I like all of these cups. That's quite cool. And maybe one more that I'm going to try out. That's not a black coffee. That's got milk in it. Which one? There's so much choice. Ooh, I like this. There it is. Right, I've got 3 of those ready to go. There they are, stacked on top of each other. 1, 2, 3. So, first things first, let's get background Barbara to remove the background from the wall. So, Babs, get rid of it. And this one. And this one. Oop. There we go. Like that. Oh. Now then, what have we got here, Miss Hamilton? Oh, Miss Hamilton, we've chosen songs from our assemblies. Oh, yes. Siarad Cymraeg fel magic. Oh, Derin Melin. Rap Ap Magian. Yes. A Derin Melin. What a tune that is. A Derin Melin. Ifan ni yn y goeden banana. I love that. What a great song that is. Thank you very much. I hope you're all singing along to Adobe Melin now. Right, there we go. Barbara has done her job. She's got rid of the backgrounds. So let's just see how these look. I'm definitely not going to keep them all. We're auditioning again, remember? Now, I think it's time for some blend modes. Okay, these photos are very cool, but it's very strong at the moment. So let's just go into the opacity button on the left, and let's try either multiplying or screening these. Okay, so multiply with this one. Look at that. Look how cool that is. It's done something really cool there. Screen. It's also cool. You remember you can use screen and then also bring the opacity down. But I love the multiply on that because it's, I don't know, you can hardly tell that they are coffee cups anymore, which you could also argue is a bad thing. But I think it's really cool. Right, let's try my other ones then. Let's bring this guy down and let's audition this one. Let's try him with some multiply. Or maybe some screen. Let's try some screen. Ooh. Oh, they both were. I tell you, there's something about multiply for me today on this activity that's working really nicely. I think it's because the wood in the background is so dark, I think. So you see what I'm doing now? I'm just spinning it around and I'm trying to see kind of what's the best way. I think I'm definitely going to keep those cups, but I'm going to pop them up into the corner like that. And then maybe I'll just have this with the coffee bean. Oh, look how the beans just kind of spill over the paper there. No, I love that. Now, that's just something that happened by accident. And you'll notice that when you're doing any design work, the best bits, the bits that your favourite bits of a design will often be things that happen by accident. I think that looks bendigedig. That looks wonderful, doesn't it? Yeah, this is my third one. I'm not even going to give this third one any time. I'm going to just delete it because I'm happy. I got my super cool coffee cups here that don't even look like coffee cups anymore. And then I've got these with the beans going across there with the sack. It just looks awesome. I love that. I love that. Right. Let's go over to the iPad. And, I got an act to follow here. Okay, so let's go back to here. Right. Now, so for shampoo, well, we could obviously search for shampoo, couldn't we? So we may as well do that. Let's go to media, photos, and up at the top, I'm going to search for. Look, how does Express know this? It just knows what I'm doing. Oh, a brush would be cool. A brush would be cool. Good idea, Express. Right, I'll search for shampoo anyway. Shampoo. Okay. I want kind of a messy looking shampoo bottle if I can. That would be great. You know, like with the lid open. You know, something like that would be great. I think I'm going to sneeze, guys. I think it's coming. I'm just warning you, because sometimes they sneak up on me and they can be loud. So I'm just telling you, I think I'm going to sneeze. It's okay. It was a yawn. It's okay. Right. I'm not sure about these shampoo. I'm going to go, I like that idea of the hairbrush. Hairbrush. Yeah, yes. Do you know what? It's the exact one that Express just offered me as well. I should have just taken it, shouldn't I? Right, I'm going to pop that up there. That's cool. And then I'm going to remove the background. A very musical nose blow on Welsh Language Music Day. Let's remove the background. And again, let's see if the blend modes do anything cool for us here. Thank you, background Barbara. Wonderful job as usual. Right, so we've done that. And let's go to opacity, multiply. Ooh, didn't do much. Screen. Ooh. Screen is my friend here. So I think there's a pattern here, right? So because I used a dark background for my coffee D, then multiply is a good blend mode because it basically blends it whilst keeping the dark part. And then here, because the bubbles in the background are light, screen is a better blend mode because it blends your image, keeping the lighter parts of the image. Okay, so, there isn't always a correct answer. It's try what you think is going to work for you. Right, that looks brilliant, like that. Looks like some kind of cosmic hairbrush. Right, and now I think I need something that makes me feel like disco. So, how's this going to work? Let's go into media, photos. Let's search for disco. Disco. Oh, yes. Absolutely. Oh, yes. These are awesome. I love these disco balls. They are splendid. Right, let's grab one of these. This is going to work very well, I think. Right, this guy. Love the colours, the blue, the pink, the purple. I think Barbara's gonna be able to cut the background out really easily. So we'll do that. Good. And now the magic. Let's see. I keep trying multiply. Screen, multiply, screen. Now, as much as I think screen is good, I think that we almost lose it too much there. So let's go for multiply and then bring the opacity down. No, I changed my mind. I'm going to go back to screen. I think screen does actually work better. There we go. Just think about the size. Maybe I took that a bit too big that you couldn't see that it was a mirror disco ball. Okay. Okay, I love this. It looks great. We've got the bubbles, we've got the hairbrush, we've got the disco ball, we've got the glitter. It's looking great. Okay, let's go back to the browser. Let's finish this off. Let's finish it off. Okay, we're nearly there. What we need to do now, our last job is to sort out the frame. Let's sort out the frame. Okay, so we've got the frame here at the bottom of our layer stack. So bring that to the top and it's going to hide everything. Okay, don't panic. It's fine. Bring it to the top. And it's going to hide everything. Okay, now, what we're going to do is we are going to use the erase brush to clean up the inside of this. So basically get rid of all this light grey bit so we can see our design. But by doing that, it's probably going to get rid of a lot of these little details. So what I want to do is to actually have two of these. Okay, two of these. So let's just duplicate it straight away. 3 dots, duplicate. Right, okay. Okay, so I've got two of these. Brilliant. Right. Now, the one on the bottom, okay, so we got two of these frames. The one on the bottom, we will put a multiply blend mode on. So tell you what, for us to see how that works, what it does, I'm just going to grab my one at the top, just move it down a bit, okay, just down a bit so we can see. So this one that's underneath, okay, the bottom one, we are going to use the multiply blend mode. Now make sure you're on the bottom one now. I know I'm on the bottom one because look, over my layer stack, there's a black line around it. Okay, so I'm going to put a multiply blend mode on there. Yeah. Okay. Now, as you can see, it's cool because I can still see loads of that kind of stuff, but, you know, it's lost a lot of the strength of it. Okay. So what we're going to do now is I'm going to bring my... but Daisy just moved that by accident. Let's just undo that. Undo. Right, let's click on the top layer, bring it back up. Okay, now, what I'm going to do with this top layer is erase the grey in the middle. Now, if that happens to take chunks out of, you know, the other stuff around here, it doesn't really matter because we've got a lot of that detail here, you see, on this layer. So, between this multiplied layer and then this one that's going to have bits missing on it, you'll have all of the detail you want. Hopefully. Okay. Right. Let's grab the erase brush. Okay. This is too complicated for Babs, so we're going to have to do it ourselves. Click on the erase brush. Make sure you're on your top layer. Right then. I'm going to just start painting on this grey. Cool. Now, you can see what I mean. It's already taken a chunk out of the date. You see? But it doesn't matter because I can see it underneath there on the layer that's been blended. Right, I'll bring the brush size down a bit. Over on the left, bring the brush size down a bit. And now I'm going to try and maybe, get rid of a bit of this. There we go. And again, it doesn't matter if I'm accidentally getting rid of, it's chopped off the top of the drum. But look, because we've got that layer underneath, I've still got it. It's chopped off the neck of the guitar. It doesn't matter because I can see it there underneath. That's why we're doing it. And bring the brush size down even more because I want to try and get these, gosh. I want to try and get these corners. See, now that's probably taking too much out, but it's fine. I don't mind. It's fine. There we go. Because we've still got the layer beneath. You see, the layer underneath basically has kept all of the details. So anything we kind of accidentally delete on this layer doesn't really matter. Okay, it doesn't matter. You can just go over all this stuff. Doesn't matter. See, it doesn't matter because we've got it underneath. So it's never going to look like, you've deleted this massive chunk. It actually just looks like a cool effect that we've done that. All right. Cool. Upper days. I didn't mean to do that, but it still doesn't matter. It still looks cool. Right. I think I'm done. There's my advert for Coffee D by Gwibdaith Hen Fran. We've learned some really cool design skills there. And then at the end, we've used the official Welsh Language Music Day frame to keep it on brand. Express is saving everything we do all of the time, which is so cool. So if you want to, click done when you're done erasing. Click done when you're done. There we go. If you want to print this off, you can just go to download and choose PDF print. But if you don't want to kind of deal with downloading and moving files and all that kind of stuff, then you could also just share and share as a view-only link. So anyone who clicks on this link that you create can see your finished design, but they can't edit your work. They can't mess around with your design. Okay, they can just see your finished, published masterpiece. And that's it. All right, guys. Well, that was a load of fun. I hope you had fun doing that because we are ready to move on to our next challenge. We're ready to move on to our next activity. So this is a good point to remind you that if you're posting anything online that you take a part in Welsh Language Music Day, then tag us in so that we can see your posts as well. Also, teachers, just a reminder, right now, if you go, this side. Right now, teachers, if you go to the sign-up page, you'll notice it looks very empty, okay? Well, we're in the middle of posting all of the new sessions for the next half term. We're doing it today, so it might not be up today. Not that you're going to care about that today on the last Friday before half term, but it will be up next week, and once you're back from half term, it'll definitely all be up there as well, okay? Just so you know what's coming up, the first week back, we've got Cyber Scotland Week, but everyone's welcome to come along to that. It's all about kind of cybersecurity. But on the Thursday and Friday of the first week back, we have got our St. David's Day specials. So get registered for the St. David's Day either on the Thursday afternoon at 1:30 or the Friday afternoon at 1:30. So they will be up there. You'll be able to register for them in the next few days. Okay, let's move on to activity number 2. So, in activity number 2, what are we doing? Good question. Well, I know the answer, but Right, I'm going to go back to the activity page and let's scroll down. Okay, activity 2 is a video advert. Edit a catchy video to advertise Welsh Language Music Day. All right. So, not only have they made that cool 90s looking border for you to make your favorite song graphic, they've also created some animated musicians, some animated characters for us as video clips, which is really cool. Now, anybody can download those from their folder, but I've already put them into an Express template for you because that's way easier, okay? But again, iPad folks, we can't use this template, okay? So if you're on the iPad, we are going to have to download the clips from here and then bring them into Express from our files on the iPad. I'll show you how to do that right now in a minute. Okay, right now in a minute, classic. Right, so for everybody who's on a Chromebook, laptop, PC, whatever, if you're on a browser, click on the Open the Video Template button here, down on Activity 2. And here we go. Here it is. So you can see that's all I've done is I've basically grabbed all of the animated clips. There's 6 different animated clips. And I've brought them all and just dumped them all on one page for you. And then we'll be able to kind of copy them from this page into separate scenes and do whatever we want with it. Okay? So, to open this up, that's all you need to do is click on the remix button in the top right-hand corner. And here we are. That's opened up in Adobe Express, ready to go. Now, I'm going to give you a little job to do whilst I go and sort the iPad folks out. I think it would be handy if you duplicate this page so that we kind of keep it as our bank of clips. Okay, we don't want to accidentally delete stuff from here, otherwise we'll have lost them. Okay, so and you'll have to go back and get the template again, which is not the end of the world, but a little bit of a faff. So duplicate it, and then on the first scene here, can you set the background color to the same color as this blue? So to do that, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on the color button here. Then I'm going to use the pipette up at the top, the color dropper, the pipette, click, and then I'm going to set the background page color to that blue. Yes! Okay, that's going to help us a lot. Right, that's your job whilst I go and show the iPad folks how we get those files into Express. Okay, let's go back to the iPad. Okay, iPad folks, so let's jump out of our cool project back to the home page by clicking on the colourful A in the top left-hand corner. Great, and I want a square project. I want a square canvas. So to get a square canvas, we need to click on the blue dot top left-hand corner, the Get Started dot. And there you can see on the top row, it says square. Give it a tap. Okay, there we go. So here's my canvas, ready to go. But that's all I need to do now is get my video clips in. So let's jump over to the Safari app where I've got the activity page open. Okay, now if we scroll down, the link that I've got, the very bottom link on the page, this WLMD26 video clips, this is the official download folder for these clips by the people that have done the artwork for Welsh Language Music Day. So click on that and it'll open another tab for you. Okay, here we go. It's a Dropbox tab. So, in here, there's lots of things. Loads of stuff, in fact. But I just want the video clips, okay? So all of this other stuff, they're not actually video clips. They are, you can see, they're PNGs, so they are still graphics. They're very cool, but they don't move. So I want the ones that move. So to do that, I'm just going to start this first one here. Okay, click on the 3 dots, download. Now, you don't need to log in or sign up. There's a button at the bottom that says continue with download only. That is absolutely fine. So you don't need to do anything with that window. Just tap download only and then download. Done. Okay, let's do the next one. 3 dots, download. Download only. Download. Okay. Next one. Download. Download only. Download. Right. I think 3 of these characters is enough. I don't need 4. And then I'll just go with the English one here, Welsh Language Music Day. Okay, that's the same in Welsh or in English. So I'm going to go to the... There it is. I knew that was coming. There it was. Gone. Right. Click on that and I'm going to go to download. Continue with download only. And download. Okay, now, you're probably wondering, well, where on earth has that stuff gone? It hasn't actually gone into your camera roll. They've downloaded it to your files. But don't worry about that. We don't need to go looking for it. Express will find them really easily for us now, okay? So, let's go back to Express. Excuse my cold. Let's go back to Express. And let's load in these video files, okay? So to do that, so all I need to do is go to Media on the left, and Videos at the top, and Upload from Device. So don't go to Photo Library, don't go to Take Photo or Video, go to Choose Files. And here we are, here they are. And here you can actually tap multiple, so I'll go, yes, you, and you, and you, and you. Just those 4 that I downloaded just now. And then open at the top. And there it is. Look, you've got all 4 of them in there as separate scenes. A little bit different to our friends on the browser, but it'll make sense for us now. Okay, so no worries. Right, let's go. Let's go back to the browser. Okay, so I've got basically 2 scenes here. I've got the kind of bank of stuff over there, and then I've got a duplicated copy of it with a nice blue background. Okay, so let's duplicate this again. Let's go 3 dots and duplicate the one with the blue background. Cool. So, what do you want to see on the screen when you start off your video? Do you want maybe just the 4 musicians? So, let's go back to my first scene, and I'm going to go and delete the Dean Music Company, delete the Welsh Language Music Day, and then I'm going to pop my 4 musicians into the corners, resize them so they fit, like this. Go, and you see the pink lines are always helping me to kind of keep everything nice and lined up and neat and tidy. Right, let's give that a play. Let's see what this looks like. Click play. Ah, yes, that is very cool indeed. All right, cool. Well, they are animated, but I think they could be more animated. You know, I think there's lots going on, but the actual characters themselves aren't moving. The characters are pretty still. So let's click on one of these, and I'm going to go to animation, and let's go into loop, and we could pick some different animation effects. You could maybe have it flickering or blinking or bobbing. That's a cool one. See? That's very cool. Jittering, just wiggling is fun, spinning around. So I think you could have different animations for each one of these. So maybe I'll go with some jitter for the saxophone. Maybe my guitarist is going to be spinning around like this. And maybe my drummer is going to be bobbing. There we go. And maybe my keyboard player is going to be pulsing. Yeah. All right, let's play all of those and see the different kind of personalities that we've just given our 4 characters. Nice. And you can see, even though they were already animated, adding that additional animation to the actual box itself that the animation sits in has absolutely taken that to another level, hasn't it? It looks so cool. Right, now then. Now that I've done that, let's duplicate this scene again. Okay, this scene that I've just been working on, let's duplicate it. And what I'll do here now is maybe just spotlight my characters one at a time. Okay, So I think I'll duplicate it again, actually. Let's duplicate this again. 3 dots, duplicate. Right, so my first scene is all 4 characters. My next scene is going to be just Mr. Saxophone. So let's get rid of our guitarist, our keyboardist, our drummer, and let's just get our sax player full screen like that. And let's just play that. Yeah, we got that cool jiggle going on. Okay, well, my next scene is going to be the guitarist. So let's just duplicate this so that I've always got plenty. I don't want to get rid of so that I haven't got the next one to work on. So I can get rid of sax player, drummer, keyboard player, and I can just have my guitarist. See how easy this is? Okay, and then let's just duplicate again. This time I just want to keep my drummer. There we go. And then I don't need to duplicate again now because this one's going to be fine as just the keyboard player. There we go. Right, cool. Now, one thing that I've noticed is that these scenes are 20 seconds long each. Goodness me. They probably need to be about 2 seconds long each, okay? So let's just click play. 1, 2, something new, please. Okay? So I think that we can cut this scene down, all the way down to maybe 2 or 3 seconds. Let's try about 3 seconds. Now, I can't see what's happening there, so let's just zoom in on my timeline so that I can see what I'm doing with this scene. I've zoomed in too much. There we go. Right. So now I can just drag. There we go. You see, I got more control, and I can keep an eye on this left-hand corner here. It'll show me the time. See? Let's just go for something like 2.5 seconds. 2.5 seconds. Lovely. Right. Now, maybe you're thinking, oh, wow, do I have to do that for every scene? That's going to take me ages. Ahaha. No, you don't. What you can do in Express is click on the 3 dots here and then choose apply duration to all, and it'll basically make every other scene in your video 2.5 seconds long. Boosh! Like that. Right, let's look at it. Let's watch it from the beginning. All my characters, just the sax guy, just our guitarist spinning around, and then just the drummer, she's bouncing around, and then woo, 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 keyboards. And then we're back to that. So, how cool is that? How cool is that? Right. Now then. What do we want to end on? Well, we probably want to end on the actual the music or the Welsh language music day text. So for my final scene, I'm maybe going to just get rid of those, get rid of these, and then I'll just have my Welsh language music day text here. Brilliant. The logo itself. Okay. Now again, I probably want to put an animation on this. So what are we going to loop it as? I think maybe a bit of a wiggle would be good. And remember, you can click on it again. We can bring up the intensity. Boop, 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 boop. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. That's cool. I think I need to bring it up a touch because we're losing the bottom of that horn. There we go. Right. So let's just watch that. Let's just play that. And then, yes! I love that wiggle effect. Cool. Right, I'm done with this final scene. I can click on the 3 dots and delete that. All right. Now then, we've got a 15-second video here now. Let's just watch it again. Everyone, sax, guitar, drums, keys. What's going on? It's Welsh Language Music Day. Ah, that is so cool. Right. Now, what can we do to make it even cooler? Right, well, let's see. Let's see what we can do to make it even cooler. So let's first of all think about our transitions. So how we go from scene 1 to scene 2. Let's click on the little plus and I'm going to go add transition. Now, these ones down here, the push, slide and wipe are very dramatic. Okay, so if you hover over these, yeah, they look cool. So maybe I'm going to go for a push transition. They look really cool, yeah. And I'm going to just apply that to all of my scenes. Click there. So let's play it again and let's keep your eye out now for the transition between the scenes. Let's go. Here we go. And transition. It just gives it this really cool movement. It's really good. It works really well, doesn't it? I think that's fantastic. Right. Well, what else can we do? Well, we can put a little bit of grain over our scenes as well. Okay, we can maybe make it look a bit messy. So let's go to add content on the left-hand side. And under media, I'm going to click on videos. Okay, and in here, I'm just going to search for grain. Hopefully, we don't get a load of videos of wheat. Right, so I want this kind of, yeah, a bit of messy grain. Messy grain. Oh, we got some grain there. So we got some more grain here. Right, I just want some messy kind of video grain. Here we go. Look at this. This is cool. Maybe a bit too old-fashioned. Maybe not. Maybe a bit of... Ooh! I wonder if it's got any... if I go CRT. So CRT is the old type of TV. Because these are very 90s styled... these are very 90s styled cartoons. So maybe we should have a 90s style TV effect on it. That's a good idea. That is the best idea I've had today, I think. Yes. When it would be like that, my folks would tell me, Meredith, go and shake the aerial or go and move the aerial. I have to go and stand and hold the aerial up. Teachers are in the room. They know exactly what I'm talking about. Go and shake the aerial. That's it, don't move. And I'll be standing there like this. I have to stay there for the rest of Publicum. Right, now then, I'm going to grab one of these. These are so cool. I like this one here. I'm going to go for that. So I'm going to click on it. And I'm going to add it as a layer on my canvas. Click. Okay. Now I'm going to make sure that it fills everything up. And you're thinking, what are you doing, man? You just hid your cool video. Well, what I'm going to do, you've probably guessed, is I'm going to go into the edit menu. And I'm going to use a technique that we've used over in our first activity, which is go to opacity. Now, I just want to keep the light parts and I want to make the dark parts transparent. Yeah, I just want to keep these light bits of grain and I want the black screen to disappear. So that is exactly what screen does. Like that. If you do multiply, it does the opposite. It'll keep the black screen and it'll only make those white bits transparent, which itself is a cool effect, but not with this video. Okay, so let's go for screen. All right, let's just watch that first scene. That is perfect. Right, if you think it's perfect, if you love it, just click on that video clip and copy it. 3 dots, copy. And then just click on each scene and paste it in. 3 dots, paste. It's in. Next scene. 3 dots, paste. It's in. Next scene. 3 dots. Paste. It's there. Next scene. 3 dots. Paste. You can even try different CRT effects on them. Right, let's watch this back. I think this effect is going to really make it. It is perfect. It is absolutely perfect. I love it. I love it. Right. What does this need? It needs some music. It needs some music. And we'll be done. Okay, let's go to add content on the left-hand side. Let's go to media and audio. Now, I'd like to find something if I can that sounds kind of, you know, like an 80s cartoon or something like that matches this. I think I'm going to struggle. Let's scroll down and let's find the electronic. There's an electronic. Here we go. Let's find the electronic category. Click on view all. Okay. Let's see. What's this? Maybe. That's not too bad. Haha! This is cool. It takes a bit too long maybe to kick in. But that was cool. No. I want something that's a bit more energetic. Now, keep an eye out. You know, something that's 16 seconds long is probably not long enough. So, oh yes. Oh, there it is. That's my job. Every future bass. Yes, please. Right, bring it in. Now there it is. Now at the end, you're going to want to fade it out. There is nothing more unprofessional than a piece of music that just goes whoop at the end. Okay, just fade that out. Nice. Maybe just a short kind of fade out. Maybe half a second is enough. There we go. Let's see this with the music, with the transitions, with the cool CRT grain that we put on the top. And this music is gonna, without even seeing it, it is gonna elevate this video, take it to the next level. Right, let's see it in a bit of a bigger screen. Let's zoom to fit page, and let's go. That is epic. I love it. Now, if you've been on these live lessons before, if you've used Adobe Express before, you know there is more that you could do here. You could animate the character, you could add a voiceover, you could bring in video clips, you could record yourself. But for me, for today, I like that as it is. I'm going to leave it like that. I don't think I need to do anything else today. I think that is super cool. I've had loads of fun. So it's not always about the actual video clips itself. It's about what you do with them. Think of all the things we did there. We put 4 up, so we had 4 of them on the page together. That's a cool thing to do with video clips, have 4 clips playing at the same time. We then added animation effects to them, and that really made a difference because now, not only were there some animations playing in there, the actual boxes themselves were moving around, and we had some personality in our video. We then gave each of our little video clips a spotlight each. And then we thought about transitions, how that gives us movement. And then we put a bit of magic. Always nice to sprinkle a bit of magic. We sprinkled a bit of magic on the top with that old TV style CRT video. And we used the blend mode in order to be able to see through the black bits of that video. And then finally, we put an epic music track on. And that's it's as easy as that to make some cool videos using Adobe Express. Again, we can download this as an MP4 file, or easier option, definitely share as a view-only link. Anybody who clicks on the link can see your amazing video advert for Welsh Language Music Day. All right, guys. Well, I hope you've had fun. I have had an absolute blast. Teachers, do remember to check back on the link above. In a few days' time, or certainly in the beginning of the first week back, so that you can get registered onto the sessions that are coming up next between now and Easter. Thanks so much for supporting these live lessons. It really does mean the world to us that we can keep on running them free of charge for you all. And have a wonderful, restful half term. Teachers, tell your students, tell your teachers to leave their laptop in school and not to touch it for a whole week. Okay, leave it all, relax, have a great half term, and when you're back in school after half term, well, we'll be ready for you as well with some more live lessons. But for now, goodbye, thanks for coming along, and happy Welsh Language Music Day to you all. Hwyl fawr.